Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in today's episode is the Big Finish episode. And in today's Big Finish episode, I'll be recapping the Sixth Doctor Adventures, the Cosmos and Mrs. Clark, the Story Demon. So here's the trailer for the Sixth Doctor Adventures, the Cosmos and Mrs. Clark.
From Big Finish Productions.
Are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then I'll begin. Once upon a time.
The Sixth Doctor Adventures, the Cosmos and Mrs. Clark.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Clark, and this is the Doctor.
You might have heard of him. You mustn't get starstruck.
Oh, well, who is he?
Marco Polo.
Goodness, Marco Polo.
I know. I'll tell you a story, a true story, about monsters.
Be off with you, beggar.
Beggar?
Well, what are you? Got up like that? Some kind of storyteller, I suppose.
Why, yes, I suppose I am.
I'm Constance. And you are?
We are inconstant.
Help me up, there's music playing. Let's have a dance. Come on, get your knees up, girl.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the trailer for the Sixth Doctor Adventures, the Cosmos and Mrs. Clark. As I told you before, I showed you this episode, the trailer rather. The reason why I did that is because I didn't know what I was covering when I recorded the last episode, and because I'd normally do it at the end of the previous episode, but because I didn't know I'd do it then. And that is because in this episode I am recapping the Sixth Doctor Adventures, the Cosmos and Mrs. Clark, the Story Demon, which was released on the 7th of May 2025, and I'm recording this episode about a month later on the 8th of June 2025. So without further ado, here is my recap of the Sixth Doctor Adventures, the Cosmos and Mrs. Clark, the Story Demon. A Dalek starts to read a story. We then have the theme tune. The TARDIS materialises. The Doctor recalls a poem. Constance notices the current lighting situation. Constance believes she and the Doctor are no longer on Earth. The Doctor agrees with Constance. Constance mentions deer. The Doctor mentions coincidences. Constance and the Doctor hear a noise getting louder. The Doctor and Constance agree to return to the TARDIS. Constance and the Doctor can no longer find the TARDIS. Instead, the Doctor and Constance choose to run away from the animal, making the large noise. Constance and the Doctor meet some locals. One of the locals mentions the Burning Man. Someone plans on killing someone else. This person mentions Birch. Birch questions the Doctor and Constance. Constance introduces herself and the Doctor to Birch. Birch introduces herself to the Doctor and Constance. The Doctor recognises multiple objects. The Doctor mentions hieroglyphics. Constance mentions spaceships. The Doctor has a problem with this. Birch mentions the episode's title. Constance introduces herself and the Doctor to Hoekstra. Birch introduces Hoekstra to the Doctor and Constance. Hoekstra and Birch disagree. Constance asks Hoekstra multiple questions. Hoekstra mentions being Birch's guardian. Constance believes something is strange. Constance currently can't find the Doctor. The Doctor and Constance reunite. Constance gets annoyed by some of the Doctor's actions. The Doctor mentions Daleks whilst believing his spaceship belongs to them. The Doctor asks Birch a question. The Dalek reads another story. This Dalek mentions Snow White. Birch introduces the Doctor and Constance to the Story Demon. The Doctor mentions the Story Demon actually being a Dalek. Constance reveals why she believes the Story Demon isn't a normal Dalek. Birch asks Wyatt to follow her, Constance and the Doctor. The Doctor corrects Birch over the intentions of the Dalek. Birch introduces Wyatt to the Doctor and Constance whilst introducing Constance and the Doctor to Wyatt. The Doctor reveals his views on stories. Birch and Hoekstra attempt to reassure Wyatt. Hoekstra reveals someone who has died. Constance fills in the Doctor. The Doctor asks to analyse a dead body. Hoekstra agrees to this request. Birch asks Wyatt to help Constance. Constance notices that Birch and the Doctor are similar. Wyatt suggests something. Constance agrees to do this. Constance checks in with Wyatt. Wyatt mentions his anxiety and his connection with Birch. Constance attempts to reassure Wyatt. Wyatt thanks Constance. The Story Demon reads a third story. The Story Demon scares Constance. Wyatt explains another of the Story Demon's abilities to Constance. Constance mentions her previous encounters with the Daleks. Wyatt mentions Birch being a hunter. Wyatt recalls some of Birch's recent words and actions. The Doctor reveals his opinion on how someone died. The Doctor mentions organic residue. Hoekstra reveals 7 people have died recently. Hoekstra lists these people's names. Hoekstra reveals the attack started exactly 4 weeks ago. The Doctor wants to leave the village. Hoekstra refuses this request. Hoekstra agrees to let the Doctor leave tomorrow morning. The Doctor notices Birch hiding from Hoekstra. Birch convinces the Doctor to accompany her to leave the village. The Doctor wants to inform Constance of this. The Doctor and Birch reveal their plan to Wyatt and Constance. The Doctor asks Constance to stay in the village. The Doctor compliments Constance and himself. Birch attempts to reassure Wyatt. Constance promises to find Wyatt. The Doctor attempts to reassure Birch. Birch wants Constance to remind Wyatt of her love for them. Wyatt is crying. Wyatt listens to a story from the Story Demon. Constance finds Wyatt. Wyatt reveals... Wyatt reveals the Story Demon's reactions to emotions. Constance attempts to reassure Wyatt. Constance asks for Wyatt's help with her investigation. The Doctor mentions the low ceilings. The Doctor notices something he believes is unpleasant. Birch hacks into a machine. Wyatt calls out for Constance. The Doctor believes someone else is about to die. The Doctor introduces himself to a burner man. The Doctor compliments this burner man. Birch warns the Doctor. Wyatt helps Constance. Constance convinces Wyatt to follow her. Constance reveals how she is currently navigating. Constance explains what a Dalek really is to Wyatt. Constance plans on stopping this Dalek. Constance believes Wyatt is currently being brave. Wyatt and Constance attempt to figure out where they currently are. Constance spots another Dalek. Constance reveals her theory about this Dalek. Hoekstra comes clean to Wyatt and Constance. Birch is pleased that the Doctor is still alive. The Doctor attempts to reassure himself and Birch. The Doctor believes that Constance was correct earlier on in this episode. The Doctor asks Birch to tell him more about the burner man. Constance works out why Hoekstra is in the same place she and Wyatt are. Constance corrects Hoekstra. A Dalek laughs. The Doctor believes Birch is correct with her current theory. The Doctor learns with some assistance from Birch what the burner men actually are. The Doctor informs Birch what a Dalek actually is. The Doctor also informs Birch of the Dalek's catchphrase. The Doctor apologises to Birch. Birch thanks the Doctor for telling her the truth about the Daleks. Birch and the Doctor find multiple burner men. The Doctor mentions the creatures he and Constance met when they arrived. The Doctor believes that one of the burner men belongs to him. The Doctor's burner man picks up the Doctor. The Doctor introduces himself to his burner man. Wyatt starts to panic. A Dalek attacks Wyatt. Constance asks Hoekstra for his help. The Dalek also attacks Hoekstra. Constance attempts to plead with the Dalek for Hoekstra and Wyatt's safety. Hoekstra asks Constance about Wyatt's well-being. Constance and Hoekstra search for Wyatt. Wyatt attempts to calm himself down. Wyatt listens to a story from the Story Demon. A Dalek tricks Wyatt into helping it. This Dalek tricks Wyatt into entering it. Hoekstra and Constance witness this take place. Wyatt gets annoyed at the Dalek that tricked him. Hoekstra attempts to reassure Wyatt. Hoekstra reaffirms his love for Wyatt. Wyatt does the same to Hoekstra. The Dalek using Wyatt kills Hoekstra. The Dalek starts to shoot uncontrollably. Constance apologises to Wyatt. The Doctor convinces Birch and some Burner men to follow him. The Doctor attempts to explain what the Burner men do. The Doctor mentions himself and Constance. Birch learns what is causing the multiple deaths in the village. The Doctor introduces Birch to the Daleks. Birch and the Doctor plan on letting the Burner man in. Constance fills in the Doctor and Birch about Hoax's death and a Dalek tricking Wyatt. Birch finds Wyatt. The Dalek continues to change what Wyatt is saying. The Doctor reveals how Daleks use emotions. The Doctor attempts to console Constance. The Doctor fills in Constance on what Burner men actually are. The Dalek sets Wyatt free. Birch and Wyatt reunite. Wyatt apologises to Birch. Birch attempts to reassure Wyatt. The Doctor is relieved that everyone is safe and well. The Doctor does something with his Burner man. The Doctor attempts to communicate with the Dalek that tricks Wyatt. The Doctor informs the Dalek of the importance of stories. The Doctor lists the people that the Dalek killed. The Doctor mentions Wyatt. The Dalek believes it knows what the Doctor is attempting. The Doctor mentions having two hearts. The Dalek reveals Wyatt trapped Wyatt. The Doctor mentions having previous encounters with the Daleks. The Doctor introduces himself to the Dalek. This Dalek now recognises the Doctor. The Doctor's Burner man attacks the Dalek. The Doctor communicates with and thanks his Burner man. Constance communicates with her Burner man. Constance introduces Birch and Wyatt to the TARDIS. The Doctor asks Constance to read something. Constance agrees to do this. The Doctor reveals the story demon now has the voices of himself and Constance. Wyatt thanks the Doctor. Birch reveals a new plan. The Doctor believes his and Constance's Burner men will disappear as soon as they leave this planet. Wyatt thanks Constance. Constance and the Doctor say goodbye to Wyatt and Birch. The TARDIS dematerialises and the story demon finishes the story, and that is my recap of the 6th Doctor Adventures, the Cosmos and Mrs. Clark, the story demon. But don't worry, you've not got long to wait for another 6th Doctor story, because the 6th Doctor will return in the 6th Doctor Adventures Bad Terms, which releases in August 2025. Now that's only 2 months as of time of recording, and about 1 as of time of listening. Obviously depends when it comes out in August. We only have a month as of time of recording, and also time of recording there is no trailer. So we're now going to move on to tomorrow morning, where I will be recapping Genius Game Season 1 Episode 1. I think there's a trailer, so here's the trailer for Genius Game. Which I will be recapping Season 1, Episode 1 tomorrow morning. But back to this episode, let me know what you thought of the 6th Doctor Adventures, the Cosmos and Mrs. Clark, the Story Demon, if you listened to it, my recap if you didn't, and you can put your thoughts on both of those in the comments below, as well as anything else you want me to cover on the channel, such as any previews or recaps. Put those in the comments below as well. Remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow morning for my recap of Genius Game Season 1 Episode 1. See you then. Goodbye.